everyone. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Planetary Nebula pen from Leonardo. It is a Momento Zero Grande 2.0, and going straight into it, this is the box. It has planetary imagery all over it. There's your branding. If you watch my unboxing video, I already opened this once on there, but I'm showing it again here. Inside the box, you have information on the pens, as per usual. There's the 3 in the collection. I don't remember the names of all of these, but this is the one I got. I was interested in this until I got the Ferris wheel press pen that looks similar. And this one is still nice, but if I had to pick, I went with the green. I'm a big fan of green, especially when it comes to pens. Inside the box, you have the pen. It also has this charm when you first get it, but I already took it off. All their pens come with a nice charm, which ironically, I don't know who gets this reference, but that reminds me of old school shoes. A lot of sneakers used to come with charms. And here's the pen. So these are limited to, I believe, 300. I got number, and I'll throw it up bigger on the screen, 52 out of 300. I have multiple models from Leonardo, but this is my first Momento Zero Grande 2.0. The original Momento Zero Grande, which I will use for comparison later, is actually one of my favorite pens. It's probably the most comfortable writer I have. That one has a unique nib on that, so I'm excited to try the nib on this one. Just looking at the pen body, though, you have whites, greens, dark greens, you have gold shimmer, a lot on the cap right there, and then you have green, which I'll try to show right in there around the cap band. Just super nice. For the nib on this one, I bought the steel version. It is gold plated. I got a medium nib on this. And then this is the biggest difference for the Momento Zero Grande 2.0 is the ink window. So you don't have that on the original, and I'm looking forward to seeing how well that actually works. This is a piston filler pen. Right here is your piston knob. You won't be able to hear it, but there is a specific feel to this. There's some reaction as this spins because there's like little individual notches among this that you can hear as you push the piston down and up. And right here you'll see it depress. And then back up. It is a clear piston on the inside of there. I'm going to leave this down because I'm going to go straight into inking this. For inking, we're going to be using Pilot Iroshizuku Sui Gyaku ink. For those not familiar with Pilot Iroshizuku, I don't know how you are if you're into fountain pens, they have super well-behaved inks that I absolutely love, and I really think these bottles look really fancy. Not that I set these out to display, but I could see maybe the empty ones being used that way. Very nice looking bottles. Here the pen is now inked up. You can see the ink window is obviously working. It does come across as kind of just black ink, to be honest. You don't see a ton of color in there, but you can kind of see it a little bit. For paper, for the writing sample, we're going to be using the Marron paper again. Let's get into it. Now for some fast writing and to judge the flex. When looking at the fast writing, I don't really see any issues keeping up. It was doing just fine. Obviously, the handwriting's a little rough, but that's because I'm going quick. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. When looking at the flex, this is your normal line. This is with pressure, normal, pressure. I mean, there's a little bit. Let me get a little closer so you can see in better detail. No flex, with pressure, no pressure, pressure. Obviously, the side strokes aren't going to be too different. Before I do the size comparison, I actually wanted to show a quick comparison with the normal Momento Zero Grande, just so you can see the small differences. For my example, I have this one right here. This is the first one I actually got. I believe this was even my first Leonardo. Someone sold this to me at a really good price, and it actually has the unique 18 karat gold nib. But going into this, what's the key differences? When comparing size, I don't see any difference at all. They're the same length. The big difference really comes from inside of here. This one has less treads on it so that it can have the ink window, whereas this one has more. This one also has a metal ring up here. I'm not sure if all of them have that. Obviously, this one has it. But other than that, you're looking at basically the same pen. It does change the shape a little bit because when I have these lined up right at the point, the bottom piston, it gets misaligned. So this is in a different position slightly, but it's just to accommodate that ink window. You're not sacrificing so much as length. As far as grip section goes, if I'm to line the threads up, the grip section after the threads is the same size. On this one, it does taper a bit, whereas this one maybe does slightly, but nowhere near the same. You can see the drastic difference there. This one that I'm using does have the gold nib and an ebonite feeder, so that's obviously going to look different. But other than that, I'm not seeing too many differences. Let me see if I notice anything with the caps. Okay, there's a small one with the cap here. So this one, the lip right here is way more pronounced than it is on this. This has one, or at least some taper down from here, and I can feel the slightest, but this actually has a full-on cliff, as you can see. Other than that, though, no big differences that stand out or are noticeable to me. For size comparison, I have the normal Momento Zero Grande, I have a Pilot 823 Custom, and I have a normal Momento Zero. This is not the Grande version, so this is going to actually be substantially shorter than the other. Obviously, these two are the same. It actually ends up being slightly longer than the Custom, and then the normal Momento Zero is obviously going to be smaller. Let's look at them uncapped now. When they're uncapped, they're very close in size. Even the Momento Zero is much closer in size. Maybe not width-wise, but length-wise, it's even closer without the cap on. Here's how they look posted. Surprisingly, when they're posted, the Momento Zero 2.0 posts quite a bit deeper than the Momento Zero Grande. Noticing that, they still kind of keep the same length. It is a little bit shorter, but it also has a much deeper post there in comparison to the Custom. Obviously, the Custom's slightly smaller. And then the normal Momento Zero actually ends up being about the same length as the 2.0 once they're posted, which is kind of surprising to me. I don't mind that at all. I do like that. I like a pen that posts securely, but I don't mind any of these posted. They all work just fine like that. In conclusion, what's my opinion on this pen? Am I happy with my purchase? I would say 100%. I'm very biased when it comes to this because Leonardo is my favorite brand. So far, every model I've ever tried from them is amazing. That doesn't mean they don't have stuff I haven't tried or I could be swayed another way. But as of currently, everything I buy from them, from their acrylics to the design, I love these points on the top and bottom end caps and finial on their pens. I love everything about this pen. The design is solid. The colors are amazing, and I honestly just can't wait to write more with it. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.